favorite fruit has got a new skin with real juice within. Drink the real Fruta. Enjoy the real joy.
Taste the real Fruta. Enjoy the real Fruta. Refreshing juice of every day is Fruta.
Fruta, juiced right.
Welcome back to Island Tea with your faves, Kevon and Azem, featuring Jade Gwen, who is not with us at the moment because she's busy CPLing.
Yeah.
But we are now about to, right, to have some fun. We are now about to eat with the Honorable Jonel Powell. Welcome and good morning.
Thank you, and good morning. I haven't been here in a while.
Yeah, too long.
It's been quite a while, actually.
Yeah,
always good to be here, good to be back. Even on WINNFM, I haven't been on WINNFM in a while either, so greetings to all of the WINNFM listening public.
Yeah, I mean, it's understandable. You've had so much going on, as you and all your colleagues must be dealing with so much different moving parts with everything that's happening. You're also involved right now with the CPL that's happening. That's a huge deal. How is that going?
CPL is going fantastically well. We've had, I think it is now 10 matches so far, and St. Kitts and Nevis is on top. Let me just say that, undefeated so far, knock on wood. And everything has been going well. The guys up at Warner Park, the groundsmen have done a fantastic job of preparing a pitch that has been attracting all positive feedback from all over the world. Actually, everybody's talking about it. They've done a fantastic job. All the workers, the volunteers, everybody, has just been on top of their game. And so far, the tournament has been quite successful. All good feedback.
I mean, people were concerned about the atmosphere, people being able to enjoy themselves. Like, for the people who are actually able to go out and enjoy the games in person, what's been the feedback from those people?
It's been good. I think at the beginning there was a bit of hesitation, partly because there've been a lot of just different rumors going around out there in relation to who can go and who can't go and what games you could go to and all of that. But I think people now understand that there are some matches that are close to the public, just 6 in total, which are those weekday morning matches at 10, and that's simply because it's not expected that you'll get any significant crowds. And so what it would cost to accommodate crowds and all that, the dance just can't pay for the lights.
Yeah.
But out of 33, that's only 6. But we've seen increases in the crowds. I was pleasantly surprised at the crowd that was there last night for the Jamaica-Barbados game.
Yeah. I was telling the listeners earlier. They were talking to a girl last night. The girl told me about she going back and she ain't got data, so I out of luck. So I said, well, you gotta be people loving what going on at the park.
Yes, I mean, for St. Kitts Nevis wasn't even playing. So to see the kind of crowds that were there last night is really encouraging. Tonight I expect a bumper crowd in Warner Park as St. Kitts Nevis goes up against Jamaica, and people enjoying the atmosphere.
Yeah, man, I'm really happy that we were able to make this thing happen, even with all that's surrounding. Right now, and so far I must say that people have been enjoying the games. The games have been exciting. I think it's a good look.
We we've been, as a people, like everyone everywhere else, we've been suffering from COVID fatigue. I think, COVID has just been this grey cloud over our heads. So it's good to have something to be able to go and let down your hair and kind of forget about COVID for a little bit and get a little excitement in your life.
Yeah, for sure, man. For sure. I think it's timely. I think that and the way that it's being managed, really is a blueprint for perhaps us moving forward and even opening up other things to be able to happen. So I'm just looking forward to the continuance of the event. Hopefully I get to go to some games. I'm waiting for you. I was really thinking you'd bring a Patriots jersey this morning, but I guess it may be down in the car. I guess you want to make everyone else jealous, so it's fine.
That's actually been the one little hitch, I think. I've spoken with the team owners and management, and there was a slight hitch in terms of the Patriots jerseys coming in.
Right.
I'm hoping that they'll have them here before the end of the week, and our persons will be able to.
I actually saw a post yesterday saying that they're going to be available at the Indo-Carib shop. I don't know if they're there yet, but
okay.
obviously it's soon. And I've been told that people could check also on the CPL website if you're interested in getting your Patriots gear, which I'm sure everyone is. So, guys, keep an eye out for that.
And a lot of people don't realize, or maybe have forgotten, CPL is not a government event.
Right.
CPL is a private event. They've rented Warner Park Stadium from the government. It is a private event. The government doesn't set ticket prices. It doesn't determine anything to do with games or operations or anything like that.
Correct.
And so too is the St. Kitts Patriots. It is not owned by the government. As a Minister of Sport, I can't say put A, B, or C to play on the team.
This is why you might want to say that again, because I don't think people.
The government doesn't control the jerseys and when they come in, and
Right.
so it's. Yes, it is a franchise. It does have the St. Kitts name on it, but it is not controlled. There's an owner, there's a management team completely separate and apart from the government.
Right. And I think it's important you said that. And I know this is, again, something that's outside of your purview. But, yesterday we had some people concerned about the local cricketer that had some unfortunate news and then had some more unfortunate news as a result. And we're hoping that he's doing okay and that the situation is, he's coping with whatever situation he might have been dealing with at the time. But, people were saying, they need the minister to go talk to them and whatever. And I'm like, but it's a private thing,
Yeah, I mean, it's a private event and a private team, so I can't intervene in a matter like that. What I would say is, I understand that the young man did get some unfortunate news, whatever that may be. And so, I extend condolences to him in whatever respect that is, and I hope it's something that he can get through. But at the end of the day, we have to realize that there are rules and there are consequences to our actions. In terms of him breaking the protocols, in terms of leaving the bubble, there is a protocol through which one can leave and enter that bubble. It is understood. It is that there will be instances where persons have to leave the bubble, but there's a protocol for that. And unfortunately, perhaps due to his state of mind, he failed to go through the correct protocols and do it. Sometimes it's not so much what you do, but how you do it.
Right.
And at the end of the day, there are rules, and what people need to understand as well, the bubble is a self-imposed bubble by CPL. It is not a requirement by St. Kitts and Nevis. All we required was that persons did their mandatory quarantine on arrival, which was the same as if any one of us came in. And so once they did that, we were happy. But they're maintaining this bubble because many of the players are going on to IPL and other tournaments. And
just to maintain the integrity and keep everyone safe.
Exactly. So sometimes it's not so much what you do, but how you do it. He's not the first. He's not going to be the last. If those of you who follow football and Premiership football, you'd remember a few months ago you had two players on the English team. I think one was Mason Greenwood for Manchester United. I think it might have been his first call up to the England national team.
Yeah.
And he and another player went to speak to some young ladies in the wrong part of the lobby in the hotel, and by doing so they broke the bubble, and they were sent home. This was his first call up. So these things happen. They're unfortunate. I hope that he learns from from what has happened, and just encourage him to stick with it and to do better next time.
Yeah, so I mean, we're really looking forward to his continued success in his career, and hoping that this is just a bit of a hiccup, and he overcomes and continues to perform well as time goes on. And in sports, there's all sorts of things happening. We just had a new FA elected for the Football Association. Any conversations with the new president about ways that the ministry and his administration could work together to achieve some of the things that they want to do?
Well, we have been in communication, and allow me to publicly congratulate Atiba Harris as the new president of the St. Kitts Divas Football Association and his team. We've had brief discussions, but part of those discussions was for us to sit down and have a more formal one. I must admit that throughout his campaign, he had reached out to me as a minister, seeking information in terms of certain things, certain relationships, and how certain things go, so that he could carve it into his campaign.
Right.
So, I know it was a highly competitive one, and that is over, and hopefully the FA can move forward now. Keep doing the good work they're doing and do better. And the government of St. Kitts and Nevis stands ready to partner with them however we can.
Yeah, and I think it's a good look. A lot of people seem to there seems to be a renewed sense of interest in the FA and everything that they're doing. So hopefully with that, it really helps to foster new partnerships and help them to achieve some of the things that they campaigned about, which I think would be good for football on a whole. But you wear many hats, and another one is the Minister of Education. And I say, August, September must be a very interesting time for you, right? Because we see, we now anticipate the reopening of schools. And, based on the present situation, people are wondering exactly how is that going to look. And people have certain concerns, but also people are also excited for the reopening of schools and to have the children go back out and continue the education. So how is that coming along, preparations for the upcoming school year?
It's been a tough time, but preparations are well on the way. This is something that we've been planning for. I mean, you never stop planning. You just keep going at it. We're fortunate here to have a fantastic team, management team running the Ministry of Education, and I don't include myself in that in terms of the hands-on, day-to-day, from interviewing teachers and ensuring that schools are in a ready condition to have back students, and all of that. We are going to have go back to face-to-face instruction on the 8th, which means we expect the students to report to school on the 8th of September.
That's a Wednesday, correct?
Correct.
Right.
Correct. And we'll be ready and waiting for them. The protocols in terms of COVID will be in place. These are things that we've been working on, that we've actually successfully put in place when they were doing their CXC exams and CAPE exams. So we know exactly what we're dealing with. But at the end of the day, it comes down to individual choices. It comes down to school staff going out and fulfilling that moral duty that they have to vaccinate, to protect themselves, and to protect students who cannot be vaccinated from COVID-19. It comes down to parents of children who are 12 years and up to ensure that their children are vaccinated. We're now rolling out the, as of today, I think it is. Yeah, today, 1st of September. We are now making the Pfizer vaccine available for children 12 years and up. And we need them to take it. At the end of the day, there's no replacement for face-to-face learning for children. There's no replacement. Don't care if you have the best electronic platform, there's no replacement for face-to-face learning. The kids want to go back to school. And from the Ministry of Education standpoint, we are going to do everything that we can to provide a safe environment for them to be in. But we need the other stakeholders to meet us halfway.
So is the just like as it stands now with other vaccinations, like your kids go to school, vaccination is part of what happens at school. Is it part of the plan to have the vaccinations available to the school system as well? Is that something that's being looked at?
Well, we at this point we're not necessarily doing the vaccination through the school. Parents are being encouraged to take their kids to the various health centers, and the reason for that is, unlike with AstraZeneca, the Pfizer vaccine needs to a much colder environment
to be stored, right?
Right, it needs to be stored in I think it is minus 80 degrees, and so
chilly.
Yeah, so the facilities to maintain that are limited, and that's why we can't really do it through the schools.
Okay, so things are on the way, guys. Parents, again, I think it's time that you also have conversations with your children and prepare them for what's about to happen, and just have them be prepared for the experience. It might be a little different, especially for new kids who are going up into primary schools and stuff like that. We all have a part to play in terms of getting the kids ready to fully maximize the face-to-face contact with the teachers. So I'm really looking forward to it. I'm not looking forward to the traffic, but I've been loving the fact that I could get down here in like 5 minutes. So now I'm gonna have to leave a bit earlier, but it's definitely necessary to get the kids back out to school and face to face with teachers and the friends. That social interaction, especially at the young age, is so important. So I'm really looking forward to that, especially after school closed pretty much a month ahead of time.
Well, we were lucky in that by the time school closed, we had already finished the syllabus. It was really revision. Fifth formers had already gone home. I think exams were to start the week after.
Right.
So, I mean, we had pretty much finished the school year. Right. We were lucky. We are the only country in the region that was able to have face-to-face school for the entire academic year.
Wow.
And so we've done it before. We know what it takes to do it. We just need all the stakeholders to come together and do the right things. Even if you're not vaccinated, at least wear the mask, ensure you sanitize your hands. These are little things that protect us.
And what about the CAPE exams? Those went smoothly. That process. I would think it served almost like a blueprint for what's to come moving forward. How did that go?
Absolutely. We're really happy, really happy with the way the exams went. Shout out to Mr. Solomon Claxton, who's our local CXC registrar, and he really oversaw that whole process. Unfortunately, there were a few students who were in quarantine and couldn't do exams, but we're working with CXC, and they've undertaken to allow or to facilitate those exams to be taken in January.
Okay, sweet.
Because of the whole process, we don't expect to get back results around the same time that we normally do. So we're looking at September, October maybe to get results. But what we have done certainly in St. Kitts and Nevis is said, look, once you can apply to CFBC, they'll accept you there conditionally. Whether you have your exam results or not, and hopefully that is an opportunity for persons to avoid any learning loss.
Right, so they're able to continue the education without much disruption.
Well, exactly. The downside to that is obviously if you have everybody applying, whether regardless whether they've gotten the qualifications or not, you then have an increase in numbers, and
Could put a strain on resources.
It puts a strain on resources in terms of how many people can be offered to in certain courses and that. But we're trying our best to get everybody in to do what they want to do.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we're looking forward to the start. Like I said, I'm hoping it goes smoothly. That is definitely my hope. I'm hoping that we don't see this, resulting in any complications in any way. But I know Kevon is over there sitting and itching.
I'm ready for this ministry, I'm ready to ask the question. We ready?
He has a question for you, so I'm going to let him ask it. I won't take it away from the feta.
So, I know that there's a lot happening and things are always changing, and we have to change as things change. But we want to talk about Carnival. And is there a possibility of Carnival not being virtual this year?
My short answer is going to be yes. But everything is fluid, like school, like CPL, like everything else in life right now. I know the Carnival Committee is busy planning both. So they're planning an in-person one, they're planning a virtual one. I know that there have been a number of meetings with stakeholders. I've attended one or two of them myself, and especially for the promoters, we're encouraging them to use the time to come up with innovative ideas of how you can have safe yet profitable and successful events. There's so many different ways. You look at events around the world, and whether people go into fets and they park up in a car or whatever it may be, or they have platforms where you only allow X amount of people in each platform. There's just so many different ways. And so while the Carnival Committee is looking at both options, it's an opportunity for our promoters to do the same.
Yeah, I think that what we have to do is, like I said, we have to really encourage and empower the private promoters to be able to explore new ways of entertaining the patrons. And I believe that we are creative enough. I believe that we're innovative enough to really see some very interesting ways of enjoying our culture, experiencing Carnival and all of this as we move forward. But as much as people are hoping that we were able to have something closer to what we're accustomed to than we had last year, I know that there are also people who may not be able to get here during Christmas time for whatever reason, and they're also looking forward to being able to enjoy Carnival in a way similar to they did last year. Is that something that you and the Carnival Committee really sees as something to continue to develop going forward?
I think so. I think what we did last year really created a new paradigm, and it's something that, look, if we find out tomorrow that there's some kind of cure and that could just rid us of COVID the day after that, and we're able to go back to have Carnival in the same way that we've always had it, we now have to incorporate that virtual aspect.
Right.
You have no choice but to include it. When you looked at the videos, and you were there, when you look at the videos that people were sending in, and people messaging me and calling me, like crying on their phone, like getting emotional. So as you said, there'll always be people who, for one reason or another, can't come home, but this actually is a way for them to participate. You have locals who would not normally go to a Calypso tent or go to particular shows who were tuning in.
Right.
So you actually had more participation in these shows in terms of viewership and all that than we would normally have in normal times.
Right.
And so it really is the new way forward. Obviously, this year's Carnival 50, and we would love to be able to go and jump up together on the street. But Whether we'll be able to do that or not, I can't say right now. At the end of the day, it comes down to what is in the best interest of the people. But we will have carnival. Even if it's virtual, we will have that Sugar Mass 50.
Yeah, and I mean, the truth is, it being the 50th year, I know that you guys want to make it special. And I have every confidence that however it turns out, whatever the flavor of the carnival we have this year, it's going to taste good. So I know a lot of people are looking forward to it. A lot of people are excited. And not only just Kititians and Divisions, but people from different islands already calling, asking, like, yo, what going on? Like, people from the VI calling, asking me what going on. So it's something that's really drum up a lot of interest. A lot of people are really looking at St. Kitts to see how this thing gonna play out, and I think that St. Kitts in a lot of ways has been a leader as it relates to coping and dealing with the pandemic. What are some of the ways that you see us really leading the way in terms of the response?
Well, first of all, is the vaccination. That has been what has kept us going in the way that we have been going. The more people vaccinate, the easier it is to manage the situation. I know there's a lot of discussion out there in terms of vaccination and all that, but the reality is that has been consistent. That is a consistent message wherever you are in the world. Vaccination helps. But even if you're not going to vaccinate, follow the protocols. And so I think that is how we've been able to lead. Our vaccination rate is one of, if not the best in the region. The fact that we're the only ones that were able to have an entire year of uninterrupted school, face-to-face school, in-person school, that shows that we know to get it right here. When you look even at the emergence of or re-emergence of our tourism product, the kind of training that has been taking place by the tourism authority for stakeholders, whether you drive a taxi or you braid here on the beach or you aloe vera, you rub aloes on people and that sort of thing.
Oh, but you want a job, eh?
We have been preparing our people to reopen and welcome back that industry. So, we've always punched above our weight. The fact that we've been able to have CPL in its entirety here,
right,
says
exactly.
it. I mean, when the announcement came out, I looked at so much negative press around the region. I think it was sour grapes too. Why St. Kitts and how St. Kitts get that, and now you see exactly why St. Kitts was able to secure that bid, because we know how to get it right.
Yeah, well, I mean, obviously, a lot of those things you mentioned, and just the way we've been able to move around and live and thing, shows that we've been doing something right. And I think that with the buy-in from the general public, hopefully we could continue to see strides in a way forward, returning to something that is less restrictive. I don't like to use the term new normal, but whatever that is, we continue to move in a way where we have a society where people feel free, people feel as if they could move on with life without having to constantly just think about the pandemic and COVID. And I'm hoping that that's the direction we're moving in. Well, as time goes on.
What I would like to encourage persons to do is not just sit back and wait for the authorities to tell you what you can do from what you can do or how you could do it.
Right.
Come up with ways, especially when it comes to entertainment, especially when it comes to carnival, as we have in that discussion, promoters and different things. Think of ways of these. Think of safe ways, logical ways as to how you can get things done, and then present to the task force or the necessary authorities. If you just sit back and wait, the ideas will be limited, but nobody has monopoly on ideas. I've seen so many different types of fetes and events over the years. Who ain't having a fete on a badge in the water, I know they're having some raft ups at one time off the peninsula. And there's just so many different ideas that great ideas that our people have come up with. Put it together. Don't wait for the authorities. Put it together, go to them, present it. Once it makes sense, you will get permission, you will get support.
Yeah, so I'm really hoping that, as we move forward, we could really get some of these innovative ideas coming forward, and we could all kind of work together to achieve something that we could all be proud of. A society where, like I said, people feel free, people having fun, people being productive, people able to earn, and people able to move on with a sense of pride about the life that they live in. So I really feel we on the way towards that. I see some changes happening in perspectives, and people never always be on the same page, but hey, if we are working together towards a similar
goal, you can't win them all, Yeah. As a politician, I know that you can't win them all.
You can't win them all, right? So we're at a point now where I think that we're starting to move forward, and hopefully conversations begin to change, and instead of there's a lot of back and forth, we really find common ground and recognize that for the most part a lot of us want the same things. So but time is running out. We're gonna have to bring this thing to an end. There's anything that you tell the listeners and the viewers before we leave?
Well, I'll encourage persons to come out and support the St. Stephen's Patriots tonight as we take on the Talawas. I think those are the top two teams right now, but come out and support the CPL where you can. Tickets are on sale. I know there are lots of different giveaways and complimentary tickets going out to different spheres, so try and see if you can get your hands on some tickets and come out and support the CPL. You're not just supporting this private entity, you're supporting the locals who have been able to get opportunities through these games, whether they have bars or if they have bars and they're selling food and drinks, these are opportunities for them. So come out and do that. But I want to end on a note in relation to education. The school year has officially started. We welcome back students on the 8th. Again, I want to encourage and urge all staff members in every school, whether it's a public or private school, go out and get vaccinated. Protect yourself, protect the students, protect your schools. If schools have to close, the ripple effects on our economy and our livelihoods is not going to be good. Parents who have children 12 years and up, please, we're now, as of today, offering the Pfizer vaccine for those kids. Take your kids out, vaccinate them against COVID-19. You vaccinated them when they were born against all sorts of other things that are less dangerous. Take them out, vaccinate them to protect them, protect yourselves as well. Schools are a different environment. It's a lot of people.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people in close proximity. We don't want to see outbreaks in our schools, so please go out, vaccinate, and remember, wear your mask, sanitize, physical distance. I don't know what else to say beyond that.
Yeah, but the truth is we know what to do. We know what we need to do. We know what we need to do. So it's now for us to go out and do exactly what it is that we need to do. Guys, keep the kids safe. I'm just really excited for the children to be able to go back out.
And they're excited too, trust me.
Yeah. I have some friends who over the last weekend had been going to KDP and Westec and all the place, collecting all the bags and all them things, going down in town, making sure they have all the last minute stuff and new uniforms and things. The children running around bright eyed and
all of those back to schools. All those back to school events where all the politicians and everybody is going on now. So it's a flurry. By the way, I'm having mine on Saturday, this Saturday the 4th at Dorset Park. We're having a back to school grab and go. Come get your supplies for your kids. This is for kids in the Central Bassi area. Parents, bring your kids, get your stuff. It's free of cost. And we're just trying to play our part in helping the kids however we can, to get back on track. We know it's hard times. The money really is not there as it normally would be, and hopefully this helps.
And this is at Dorset Park on Saturday. What time?
Saturday, I think from 4 o'clock.
From 4 o'clock.
I think it's 4 o'clock, but the flyers are out on social media. and let's get it done.
Yeah, Central Bastia, you heard it here. You know, get your kids out, go get your grab and go, your back to school supplies. You know, compliments the Honorable Minister here. So, Jonel, it's been a pleasure, man. Always fun when you come and hang out with us right here on Island Tea. Don't be no stranger for you to come back and line with us. You know, it's just good vibes here.
I always thoroughly enjoy coming on here, thoroughly enjoy the discussions. You know, it's good to see young people having discussion on issues, live issues that affect us, and showing that it's not always all about fetting and having excitement, but we talk real issues as young people. This is our time now, you know.
Yeah.
This is our time now. I mean, we've all gone off and well, many of us have gone off and studied and come back with degrees and or have been working and have developed so much experience in different fields. We should not be looking to older persons now to be still holding up the system.
Yeah.
This is our time to contribute and really take this country to the next level.
Yeah, man, I'm looking forward to opportunities for young people to do exactly that, because we have a lot of capable young people here, and this is in no way undermining the contributions of those who were there before, because we wouldn't be here without them.
No, not
right.
at all.
But it's just evolution and the way things go. It's progression. Anything that is stagnant and doesn't move dies. And as a nation, we really need to find ways to continually encourage young people to get into the system and really tap into their intellect, into their innovation, their creative thinking, their ideas. And so, you know, I'm hoping that, yeah, we really see more and more opportunity for us to really contribute to this country that we love so much. But thanks again for coming. Appreciate it. I know you're a busy man. As soon as the jersey comes, just give me a call. Let me come pick it up. You ain't gotta say nothing. Just let me know.
No problem.
Wait to meet you. But yeah, guys, it's been Island Tea. Again, it's always a pleasure to hang out with you guys. All you guys on the live, whether you're on Facebook, whether you're on YouTube on WINNMedia SKN. If you listen to us on the website WINNMediaSKN.com, big ups to you. All the people are calling on the phone. The calls been going crazy, but they forget that when we interviewing people, we don't really take a lot of calls. They might have sent us that. We might have been here till 11 o'clock. With the amount of calls the CEO's trying to come in here. But yeah, guys, it's really been a fun day. We're gonna be back tomorrow, same time, same place, 8 to 10, right here on your FM dial 98.9 and all those other platforms that I discussed. The Duke of Frigate had to leave. The Prosecco Papi, he comes to ask you one question about fitting
and
gone. He ain't holding up at all. He just decided, hey, I got a question for the minister, so I gotta come ask it. So all right, come do your thing. But as he always says, and this is sound words, sound advice that cannot be condemned. You can't be everybody cup of tea because you is not a mug. See you guys tomorrow.